Let's learn to hook this side tail first, using these 4 colors of wool, as well as a hook needle, 2 eyes, a stitching needle, and 2 mark buckles. First, we take out this light blue thread to seal it to hook his body, hook the stitch and string from the little finger to the index finger to the middle finger. Hold the intersection point, then hook the stitch and string over and wind the thread counterclockwise to bring it out first. Set up a standing needle, and then we inject 5 short needles into this coil. Bring it out against the timeline. This is a short array. Each short array will have a V-shaped one. We can mark it with a mark buckle. This is the first person. Come and button it up. Insert the crochet hook from the loop counterclockwise to wind the thread. Hook the band out and then wind the thread counterclockwise. After these 2 more coils, this is the second stitch. He said he wanted to hook 5 stitches. Third, John Jen. 4, you are a human. Ask C to bring it out and then bring it out. 5, 5, complete hook and tighten the coil. At the position of the first stitch, the lead is our Ya1 buckle this and this purpose. Take it off. The work needle is inserted from this needle membrane. Take the line out. After taping the wire, take it directly through the coil at the back. Then set up a cutting needle in 1 turn and it is hooked. On the second lap, we insert from this needle curtain just pulled out. Give me a short needle for each real needle. That is, for each needle, we have to hook 2 short needles, a total of 5 groups. The second group has already passed the corner, and the third needle film has also hooked too. Ooh. After all the forms are finished, let's quote the first V here. That is to say, we set up a bottom stitch after the first stitch and set up a standing stitch at the beginning of each lap. Then on the third turn we are a short stitch and a plus stitch is a group of 5. First stitch. A short stitch, the second stitch is an extra stitch. Such a short needle, 1 plus needle into a group, there are 5 groups in total. Well, the second group is also finished, and everyone can buy it by themselves until the end. After the third lap is hooked, let's lead it at the first needle eye. Take it out, and then set up a 7-mile needle. On the fourth turn, we have 2 short stitches and 1 plus stitch. First hook 1 short needle and 2 short needles, and then add 1 needle. Okay, this is a group, and there are 5 groups in total. 1, 2 plus Jane. Everyone will buy by themselves until the end. The last stitch. Throw it on the ground and then set up a standing needle. We hook 1 circle, and the next circle are 3 short needles, and 1 plus needle is also 5 groups. 1, 2, 33 short needles. Then a plus needle. Let me buy 5 groups for 1 group, and everyone can buy it by themselves until it's over. Okay, we have also finished hooking the 5th lap. The 6th lap is 2 short stitches. 1 plus stitch and 2 short stitches are also 5 groups. First, 1 standing stitch is set up. Let's hook 2 short stitches first. Then take another add true. Hook 2 more short needles. Take up my group of 2 short needles and 1 plus 2 short needles as a group. There are 5 groups in total. You can buy them yourself until the end. Well, the 6th lap has been controlled, and the 7th lap is a short needle hooked with each needle eye without adding or subtracting. The mother team should buy 1 stitch. It's 30 frames in total. You keep ticking like this to the end. Then we finish the tick on lap 7. Then in the 8th lap, we first hook this lead and then set up a pneumatic needle. In the 8th lap, we have to pick the outer half stitch of this needle ink. Stay away from our half stitch and hook a short stitch in each needle. This is a V. We have to pick a V on this side, and this half is enough. Each needle female corresponds to 1. Also tried 30. Okay, everyone, keep hooking till the end. Okay, 8,000. We finished ticking, and then let's remove the silver for the first stitch. Lap 9. We also have this half stitch that's inside this half stitch. Hook 4 short stitches and 1 reduction stitch. Two. 344 short needles and then hook a reduction needle. The reduction needle is to pick 2 needle meshes. Pass a short needle, that's all. The only thing to do is to the end. The landlord confirms that the work has been finished. Let's tick the 10th lap. The 10th lap is 3 short stitches and 1 minus frame. Enter 3 short stops. Then hook a scissor needle in the 4th needle. Take up as a group and tick until the end. The 10th right has been worked, and the 11th lap is 2 short lines and 1 minus stitch. It's also a half dispute in the palace. Two short needles. A reduction needle. If you grow into a group, you will also decide to hook it to the end. Let the 12th lap be a short range, and a reduction stitch is also a hook dance group. Or is it really a short needle in the palace? A reduction needle. It's fine to live until the end. No, I'm going. To do this, then we need to stuff it with cotton. Well, after the cotton is finished, we can. Just hook 5 sets of reduction needles. First, set up a cutting needle. If you soak, you can jump out like this. This will work too. Okay, just strain it tightly. Let's hide this thread for it. Challenge a ball and it's done. Next, we have to change the line of this castle at the position we just ticked at the end. Find the real ink. First lock one pin to fix it, and then 4 lock pins. An extractor needle. What he pulled out is what we just left outside, and this half needle membrane is like this half needle mesh. We'll start at the top and give him it. Do. Knead it in a circle. Go and do it for him until the end. Just such a real scene. A real purpose is hooked on it with 4 short needles, 1 silver and white. 1234. Then the next fold says here. Then hook a sound extraction needle. Then set up 4 more locking pins. Then, in the next main curtain, a printing and pulling needle will be used to hook all the circles one by one, and it will be done. Okay, this is what it looks like after the last stitch. Then we stretch the thread to break it, then stitch the thread and hide it with the needle. Just go inside it. Need a few more stitches. Then disconnect him. In this way, his body is finished. Next, let's hook his ears or reflect on the needle. The high target first sets up a standing true, and then hooks 6 short needles in the circle. Then let's make silver at the first needle. Then you can disconnect the line. In this way, there are 2 checks in total. Do you want to tick 2? Now that the 2 have been ticked, put them next to them for later use, and then we will tick them. 2 hands. It's still a slow type lifting needle. Stand up a standing needle and hook 5 short stitches in the circle. 123. 4. Then tighten the coil. Next laps 2 to 4. Each female needle is enough for a short positive, that is, there are 5 stitches in every turn. This third lap. Then let's remove the print at the first stitch. After pulling, leave a long thread for sewing and cut off the thread inside. We also need to tick 2 of this. Then we'll hook his legs. It's also the ring waking up an earthquake. Build a chi li shen. Then hook 6 short needles in the innate. Then tighten the coil. Stamp 8 at the first spot. Then the second and third turns are both 6 broken stitches without adding or subtracting. Have to be hard for the first time. A pneumatic needle followed by the third lap. I, 2, you're in the first place like this, Silver. A pneumatic needle stretches. Cut this thread off. We also need enough for 2 of this. Next, hook his face. I'm going to take out this slightly darker card gas. Welcome, Tijen. Hook 5 short needles in the coil. Then tighten the coil. Print it at the first needle. The first standing stitch, the second turn is the addition stitch of the short hook stitch. Give me a segment and 2 short needles for each needle mesh. That's 10 stitches. Then in the first say-so, print it. At the third lap from the start and the third lap, if we hook 10 short stitches in the inner half stitch of this, each frame will correspond to a short stitch. Good. After 10 shorter passes, let's draw this in the first one. Tighten. Then leave enough thread to stitch. Cut this inside out for it. Well, now we have purchased all the accessories for a face. 2 front legs, 2 hind legs. Then these are 2 ears. There is also a body. Next we'll stitch up. Take out the side face first. Put it right in the middle. Then correspond to each needle mesh so that it corresponds to the sewing. One stitch on the top and 1 stitch on the bottom so that it can be stitched correspondingly. Then after sewing his mouth, we can put his eyes on it. Just stick it in, and then you can start sewing its ears. It all has 2 threads. We can cut this thread off. The ears are about this position of the eyes and this side. Let's enter the formation from here first. Just fix it in this way. Seal this side in the same way. Now the ear has been stitched, and then let's stitch its arm, which is probably in this position. Then its legs is in this location. In this way, everyone can put its arms and legs together in the same way. Okay, These arms and legs have been sealed, and then finally we put this pen and the eyebrow cap on it. Pull it too far. This nose and eyebrows can be sewn bigger or smaller according to your own preferences. Eyebrows, we sewed for sure. The point is ready. That's about it.